am I yellow? Ah, whatever. Last time I'm chewing this, then I'm going to bed. My thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender. The movie. It was a very, very, very terrible movie. It directed, produced, and written by M. Night Shyamalan. Worst idea in the world, by the way. No more Shyamalan movies, please. Never. Shyamalan, if you're watching this, you suck. Horribly. People groan when they hear your name as the director. I'm positive of this. And I want you to send me $10 for seeing this movie. $1 to go to my mom for renting it. It's not the company, the Red Box, the place she rented it from. It's not their fault for giving her a $1 bad movie. She got it herself, but seriously, this was that bad. No, I want $10. That's about the same price of a movie ticket. Because this was just horrible. It was rushed. I swear. And the worst part about it is that in the trailers, I can remember it too. The trailers for this movie, you saw like a kid in a robe with a stick and he had all the candles around him. You know the trailer I'm talking about, right? Everybody's probably seen it at least 5 freaking times. And then you see it now because, well, the movie's on DVD and you gotta buy it. For a good warning, don't. The only reason why they want you to buy this is because you're stupid. Prove them wrong. What's my cat doing? Okay. The reasons the movie was bad was the characters didn't look the parts. Some of them did, in general. Sokka did look like Sokka, which was good. When I saw what Princess Azula was supposed to look like, because she only makes like 2 appearances. Just 2. She gets 1 line, and just 2 times she appears. She looks the part. And would probably have worked. I don't know, so I can't really say. But Sokka they got right. More or less. They got the general feel for half of what Sokka is. The other half is, he's slapstick. He's there to be laughed at. Because he's a dumbass. Katara didn't look like Katara much, or at all. She kinda acted like her, though, which was, Aang was way too young and didn't act the part either. Shyamalan focused way too much on the fact that Aang was depressed that he was the last airbender, that he had to be the Avatar, that everyone, the entire world was on his shoulders saying like, help me, help me. And this one bugs me the most, that he ran away. They poke at that in few episodes about him being the last airbender, about him being the Avatar. They poke at that several times because it's the obvious point of the movie and show. What they point at way too much in the movie that they don't really do in the show is that he ran away. They poke at it a couple times in the series because it's an obvious plot thing. It's like, 12-year-old boy, he runs away from home, and he probably gets in trouble when he gets back. But everybody's like, oh, we missed you, we missed you. So that makes sense. But he focused way too much on it, that he didn't want to be the Avatar. Sure, Aang didn't want to be the Avatar, but when he did finally get the role, he took it. He's like, okay, fine. I'm the freaking Avatar. Sorry, it's late. Appa didn't look like Appa. This is probably already well known. Appa was way too skinny. He looked like he was starving. Momo wasn't shown enough, so I can't really complain about him. That you could clip Momo out of the movie and nothing would have been missed. Several episodes were literally jammed together into the first portion of the movie, which really, really bugs me. The whole, oh, we found the Avatar scene, that was altered. I can deal with it. But them actually interacting, that was sad. The bending, it taking several earthbenders to lift a small rock. I don't mean big, a small boulder that's like a really, really big rock. No, I mean a small rock that person, even me, I could probably carry that fucking thing. Carry a small rock. Excuse me. The fact that the Fire Nation firebenders had to have a source of fire to shoot fireballs and stuff, that was annoying. In the show, they didn't need anything. They just used like their own body heat or something like that to be able to shoot fire. Able to shoot fire, they just sat there and like, caw, and fire shot from their fingertips or from their fist or their feet or whatever. Motions to do stuff, basically to do the actual bending, there was way too much of it. To do an actual fire move, there was too many motions. To do earth moves, there was either too many motions or they just looked stupid. But earthbenders were only shown once, which made it... No, not even that. It still bugged me. Hell, the movie even opened up like the show. It had a waterbender doing water bending, had an earthbender doing an earthbending thing. But that lasted a little too long. In the show, obviously the opening cinematic is really, really short because, well, America's got a bunch of commercials and we gotta make room for all those commercials and capitalism and stuff. Anyway, in the show, Waterbender, he just had a puddle of water in front of him. He made a small motion and then whoosh, the water flew. The Earthbender, he had a stance, stomped a couple times, and kicked the boulder away. Firebender crouched down, made a spark of fire, did a flip, had fire curl over her, or him, I couldn't really tell, it's difficult to tell. Fire basically like spring over him, and basically show that you could control fire. And then the Airbender just kind of dropped down, did a swirl thing, or did like whoosh, and shot air into the screen. And then the scenery changed. What are you doing, dude? Weird cat. The scenery changed and showed the map of the world, and then exactly what was happening, more or less. Basically little stuff. The first episode, I keep going back to the series. This movie just sucked. People who made Avatar, sue the fucker. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. God damn it, Goop. Sue M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Sue him for me, please. He screwed this over. And please tell me that he paid you to let him do this. Please. Send me an email. Or an actual message. Something. That says... Shyamalan came to us and said, hey, I want to make a movie of your show. It would make me lots of money. And you're like, okay, sure. Pay us first. Excuse me. Please say that happened. Like, I can't see me seeing you guys like agree to this, 'cause this was terrible. I'm sure it probably sounded like a good idea at the time, but after seeing this, this, this crappy-ass movie, fuck, this crappy thing, this, uh, that's all I can think. Fired. Hated this movie. Why did my mom print it? So we could laugh at it? There's no laughing at it. It's just that bad. You can't laugh at it. It's like, oh, that's bad acting. No, the actors did a good job. They did more or less the roles that they were supposed to do. They either did it too well or not enough. Honestly, they shouldn't have shown the Fire Lord so many times. Zhao, if you know the series, in the movie, Zhao should have had more spine and more of an anger thing. None of the characters really looked like what they were supposed to be. Generally, I guess they did look the part, but most of them, for the record, no, not really. I wrote, you should have found some nice, jolly old fat guy. Really. The guy you got, whoever he was, he did a good job. He should have probably been the Fire Lord. I looked at it and I was thinking, he could probably do better as the Fire Lord. Or at least look the part for the Fire Lord. He looked more like it. I couldn't really see him and say, that's Iroh. No. Just no. I've been ranting and raving for practically an hour now. Ow, my head. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. This is like 4 in the flippin' morning I'm doing this. Why I watched the movie this late, I don't know. Why I watched the movie at all. I was warned. There was lovely giant blinking neon signs that said this was a bad idea. Plea of mercy. Don't look. If you find this movie and you see something if you find this movie and you see gold under the movie and you're told you can get the gold if you move the movie, don't even touch the movie. Take like sticks or gloves. No glove. Don't actually physically touch it. Have like sticks or something, or prongs, and just lift it up and move it out of the way to get what you want. Don't touch it. It's the plague. It was terribly done. Fans hate M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan, you owe me $10. This was terrible. Horrible. Ugh. Now, excuse me. I have sleep and a new shark to figure out what to do in a stop-motion animation. I'll probably say, hey, M. Night Shyamalan, guess what? This guy's gonna eat you. Da-dun, 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 da-dun.